Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best 240Hz monitor.
Starting at number 5.
ViewSonic Omni XG 2431. If you want a 240Hz gaming monitor and are on a budget, check out the ViewSonic XG 2431 instead. You lose out on a few features as you move down in price categories. In this case, it has a lower resolution than the Gigabyte M27 QX. That means it doesn't deliver the same detailed images. However, with its lower resolution, it's easier for your graphics card to maintain a frame rate of 240 frames per second. It also has a smaller 24-inch screen, which isn't ideal for co-op gaming, but it at least has wide viewing angles that keep the image consistent from the sides. If you want a 27-inch, 1440p monitor, you can also check out the HP Omen 27 QX, another budget-friendly option with worse motion handling. The remarkable motion handling makes the ViewSonic stand out against similarly priced displays. There's hardly any noticeable motion blur, and it even has a customizable backlight strobing feature to reduce persistence blur, which not many lower-cost monitors have. Although it isn't certified by NVIDIA, ViewSonic compatibility still works on it, and it has FreeSync support to reduce screen tearing.
Coming at number 4.
Gigabyte M27 QX. If you still find the Dell Alienware AW2723DF out of your price range, you can get a lower mid-range option like the Gigabyte M27 QX. Although it has many of the same specs as the Dell, it's a slight step down in performance in a few areas, which is the trade-off for getting something cheaper. It doesn't have an overclock feature, so its max refresh rate is 240 Hz, and it also has worse motion handling, particularly at lower refresh rates. That said, it still has a good enough response time at any refresh rate to provide an excellent gaming performance. It also has a backlight strobing feature that works across a wide refresh rate range to help reduce persistence blur. It even works at the same time as VRR, which is something most monitors can't do. It supports FreeSync and is ViewSonic compatible, reducing screen tearing with nearly any type of source. Besides that, it has useful features if you also want to connect other devices, like a KVM switch that makes it easy to switch between different sources.
At number 3.
Alienware AW2723DF. If you don't need a 4K monitor and are looking for the best 1440p 240Hz monitor in the mid-range price category, look into the Dell Alienware AW2723DF. The lower resolution compared to the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85 is beneficial if you don't have a high-end graphics card or don't need the best picture quality. While it has the same resolution and native refresh rate as the Asus ROG Swift OLED PG27 AQDM, it doesn't have an OLED panel for a near-instantaneous response time and perfect black levels either. On the plus side, you can overclock its 240 Hz native refresh rate to 280 Hz, and although this isn't significantly higher than other 240 Hz monitors, it still helps deliver a smooth gaming feel. It's an excellent gaming monitor with amazing motion handling thanks to its fast response time at any refresh rate, and it doesn't have any visible overshoot. It also has FreeSync support with ViewSonic compatibility that works over DisplayPort connections. It even has a few gaming features that improve your overall experience, like different crosshair and vision modes, making it easier to see opponents and giving you a competitive advantage.
Number 2 of my list.
Samsung 32-inch Odyssey. Instead of getting a 1440p monitor like the Asus ROG Swift OLED PG27 AQDM, if you want a higher resolution display for sharp and detailed images, consider the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85. It's different from the Asus because it doesn't have an OLED panel, meaning it doesn't display the same deep blacks, but more importantly, it doesn't have the same near-instantaneous response time for premium motion handling. Luckily, the response time is still excellent, and there isn't too much motion blur. Its main benefit over the Asus is that you can take full advantage of HDMI 2.1 graphics cards thanks to its HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, as the Asus doesn't support this, or you can also use it to connect a gaming console. Unfortunately, there are some picture quality issues with 240Hz signals, like scanlens and pixel inversion. However, this doesn't affect its gaming performance, and it's hard to notice unless you look for it in certain content. Besides those minor issues, it still delivers good picture quality with a decent local dimming feature and bright highlights that stand out against the rest of the image.
And number 1.
Asus ROG Swift. The best 240Hz gaming monitor we've tested is the Asus ROG Swift OLED PG27 AQDM. It's a fantastic gaming monitor that combines incredible motion handling with excellent picture quality, so you get the best of worlds in performance and picture quality. This monitor's main advantage is its OLED panel, which has a near-instantaneous response, resulting in almost no motion blur with fast-moving objects, so gaming feels smooth and fluid. It also has FreeSync variable refresh rate, VRR, support and GSWC compatibility to reduce screen tearing with both AMD and NVIDIA graphics cards. Besides its gaming performance, it's an excellent choice for gaming in dark rooms as it displays deep and inky blacks without any blooming, and it gets bright enough in HDR to make highlights stand out. However, there are some quirks about it, as you need to update it to the latest firmware to get the best HDR performance and the lowest input lag possible. If you want something more reliable out of the box, you can also consider the LG 27GR95 QEB, but it doesn't get as bright, so the Asus still delivers the best performance.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.